Hey guys, I'm Giuliana Rancic.
And I'm Bill Rancic, and we're coming to you live from Perez TV. I mean, it's hard to believe that we've been doing the show almost 85 episodes later. I mean, it's been really the blink of an eye, and who would have thought the twists and turns that our lives would have taken over those 7 seasons. But, you know, we've had a lot of fun doing it, and certainly we're excited about this season that premieres tonight. We think it's our best season yet, so who knows how much longer we'll do it.
It's crazy, yeah. I mean, in the beginning, everyone was telling us it's not going to work because it's not scandalous enough or trashy enough, and it's not fake enough in a way. You know what I mean? Because so many of these reality shows are so fake these days. So with us, we love when people say it's the realest reality show, that they just love watching it and they laugh a lot, which is great. So we're just happy that people are still watching it. And our last season was actually our best rated season ever. So we're hoping that coming to E! Now will mean even more people will get to watch the show.
Giuliana, for those of you who don't know, is a little bit of a scaredy cat, doesn't like to be home alone. So we pursue several different ways to make her feel comfortable being home alone, and one of them is getting a German Shepherd guard dog, the pistol range, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and also I decided to take a self-defense class, and I bring back some of my old moves when I was younger, when I used to practice karate. And
somebody gets tasered at the end of the episode.
Yeah, just put it that way. Someone gets stun gunned. But yeah, so I do some of the moves on my friend Robbie Laughlin. And so this episode is definitely a very funny episode, and a lot of people said they were like dying laughing in a lot of the parts. So we love that. But it does start a little more serious, the episode. So tonight in the very first scene, our surrogate with Duke tells us whether or not she's going to carry a second baby for us. So that was our cliffhanger last season. So tonight in the first episode, she reveals whether or not she's going to carry a baby for us. But I will say where the episode starts is not necessarily where it ends this season. So there are a lot of twists and turns this season, and you kind of never know what you're going to get. Yeah, we it's funny because people will say, oh, like your lives are on TV, and like now your child's on TV. Is that hard? And I'm like, no, because it's the most amazing home video we could ever have. The fact that Duke will one day grow up and you can like pop in, put in the DVDs and show his friends, and that's so cool.
He's going to be doing that.
You don't think so? I know. That's
hey guys, come on, let's watch the Giuliana Bill show. In 20 years. I highly doubt that.
Okay, fine. Alone in his room in the dark where no one can see him. But it's kind of cool. Like if if my parents had me on a show when I was little and I could see the way I acted and looked as a little kid and my first words. And, this season you see Duke's first steps. Yeah. We were actually in Santa Barbara at Picara, and the cameras were there. And we were just outside playing on the grass with Duke. And all of a sudden, Duke took his first steps, and I saw the executive producer behind the cameras jumping up and down. He was so happy, and I was like, I almost wanted to be like, stop jumping up and down. Like, this is our child, and he's taking his first steps, and we don't care about the cameras. But it just so happened the cameras were there, which was kind of brilliant. But that's amazing, the fact that we have his first steps on camera. Our first meeting ever was on camera. I mean, these are all great things, and we're actually really lucky. You will see me on this season working on the memoir, but even more than that, you see coming up with coming to terms with deciding to do a memoir. I thought it was a great idea, and I was excited about it when I was approached about it. But then when I really sat down and started like making an outline, I was thinking, I don't know if I want to relive all this stuff. So you see kind of the conversations we have and how I come to the realization that this is a good thing, and this is good to do. And you have a real tendency when you go through something dark in your life, you just want to block it out and move on, and that's okay. So it's really hard to have to relive everything, but I just have to keep remembering as I'm writing that things turned out okay. Like, don't get sucked into the sadness of the story. But there are a lot of real funny stories that I didn't even realize were going to be in the memoir. But my life was really funny before all the breast cancer and the infertility. I have a lot of great stories with my family, Italian parents, moving to America as a kid. So even with us, we have so many fun stories behind the scenes of Hollywood stuff and cool stories there. Like recently I was talking about Russell Crowe and how he was mean to me. There'll be like 100 of those. Watch out. So it's going to be, I think, a book that people both young and old will really enjoy. I think young women will really enjoy it, and older women will as too, because they'll see kind of how I went through the struggles.
And the book has a good ending.
It does.
Yeah,
it does have a good ending, which is a good thing. I think what we really hope people take from the show years from now is that they can look back at it and think, wow, they were one of the only people who did a reality show and didn't sell their souls to the devil. You know, they didn't use the show to just sell everything under the moon, and they didn't fake trauma and fights and affairs to get ratings. We're not into that. And the fact that we're able to be true to ourselves and yet put out a show that people will watch is a testament to really the people at home watching. That, yeah, we all love the drama and the craziness of some of these other shows, but sometimes people just want to like chill out and be entertained and not feel tense for an hour and not have secondhand embarrassment, you know? And so with us, our show is something that people don't, you know, never feel dirty watching, that it is a fun show. And, you know, the fact that we've done 80 episodes after this season of a show that is, you know, barely has ever been bleeped, you know, for anything. I mean, it's a show that how most people really live, only a little more glamorous and fun. And we love that people have really related to the show.
When we started episode 1, Giuliana and I made a promise to each other. We said we're going to use the show for good and not evil. And we've kept our promise, you know, and after 85 episodes, or 80 episodes, whatever it is, you know, we're proud of the fact that we've been able to use the platform wisely, and we've tackled a lot of very heavy issues, from infertility to breast cancer to the work in Haiti that we've done, and hopefully, you know, we've motivated some people and inspired them along the way while entertaining them. And obviously, you know, we're hoping that tonight people enjoy this new season, and you know, they can continue the journey with us. Well, I tell you, there isn't a day that goes by where someone won't stop either myself or Giuliana and say, you know, thank you. My wife watched the show and she went in and got a mammogram. Or my family now knows what we're going through with infertility because they've watched you guys struggle through it. So to us, that's as rewarding as it gets.
Yeah, and the thing is, being on a reality show, you open up your life to so much. And a lot of that is also haters, you know, but it's so funny. It's like, I used to read all the comments but you know what I learned? You know, you always hear people say haters gonna hate, but it's actually a very profound statement. It means, like, haters, that's just what they do. They hate. And it doesn't matter if you're good, bad, it doesn't matter. They're just going to hate on you. Especially the happier you are, the more successful you are. They just hate. And so with us, I feel like I think a lot of people run away from reality shows because they can't take what comes with that, you know, the comments and what people say online, and they just can't take it. And I think that's actually sad, because there are some people who actually have a good message to share with people. So we feel like it's worth it, you know, we're putting out a good thing, and bad's going to come, and that's okay. And even with me and all the, you know, so there's always weight comments about me and all that stuff, and I don't even care, you know, I'm not going to dress differently. I know the truth. I know I'm perfectly fine, but I know that that's just what people do, you know, and they just want to talk about all that stuff, and that's totally fine. And we take it because we know it's worth it to get all the good stuff out.
There's always people who feel the need to pull others down in order to build themselves up, and that's what you have to remember.
Yeah, that's fine.
I said I've been looking for